This video is sponsored by Madrina's Coffee. Madrina's Coffee offers coffee for fuel delivered right to your door. Use the code BOOST to get 50% off anything in the online store, or use the code for get your first round of subscription service free and free shipping. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of house number 3 of season 3 of houses. So today we're going to hopefully finish up the right side of this house. Luckily the right side does not have too many windows, as you can see from this demo one over here, but we do have another back little porch or patio, whatever you want to call it, here on the right side. So how about we get started? So if you did not watch the first part, I suggest go watching that first so you can kind of catch up with where we are. And also, if I am moving too fast for you, please remember to just maybe pause the video to catch up with where we are and things like that. So how about we get started with where we left off on the right side. So one thing I'm going to do is replace this block here and actually put a sandstone block so it doesn't look weird. So, taking back out our andesite, which is, I'm going to put away our cobblestone walls for now. We're going to take out our andesite, just plain andesite, not using any polish or anything, just plain andesite. You're going to come back, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks from what we already had, right? On top of that, you can add in your plain sandstone on top of that, and it's going to be the same concept throughout this entire house. So, now you're going to come diagonal to the right, and you're going to put 1, 2. Okay, actually using your andesite, not your cobblestone or your sandstone is actually what it was. Come diagonal again, one more block and add in another 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now come back and add another 2. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense. It should be pretty simple, I think. Again, just take your time. If you are not following along, maybe pause the video and just kind of see what I did. So we're just going to put our sandstone on top of these blocks here. So now you can see this is where we're going to start our front porch. Or not our front porch, I'm so caught up on that, our back patio. So kind of the same concept of the front porch though. So what we're going to do is start off with our andesite. Come diagonal one more block and place 1 down. On top of that, you're going to place in your sandstone. And then on top of that, you're going to add in 3 more blocks of andesite on top. And then kind of put your sandstone on top again. You're kind of seeing a pattern here when it comes to the pillars. It's going to be consistent throughout this entire house. Luckily, this will be the last pillar that we really have, I think, if I'm going correctly. After this next one. So we're going to do the same thing on this block, but this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 8th block is where you're going to start your next pillar. So andesite, sandstone, andesite up 3 blocks with sandstone on top of that. Okay, there we go. So now taking out our sandstone stairs, we're going to add upside down stairs coming from the sandstone to the sandstone, connecting both sides and both pillars together. It just like that, very simple. Now, what we can even do is using our stone, we can make our actual patio. So what we're going to do is start from our pillar here, and what we're going to do is just kind of come all the way out and connect with the other side of the pillar. Now, I'm actually going to leave it 1 block short from the pillar because that's where we are going to have our stairs coming down. And then we're just going to stack it up twice. So it should only be a 2 wide patio. So not very big, but we don't need it to be that big really. So there we go. Now using our iron bars, we're going to just place them underneath the cobblestone stairs that we added. Or not, why do I keep saying cobblestone? Sandstone stairs. And now we are done with our iron bars for this house, if I remember correctly. We should be at least. Let me go check. Yep, we are done with them. So we will need to take out our stone brick stairs. I got those right. What we're going to do is actually just place 1 here on the top and then 1 here on the bottom, connecting the ground and the house together. Very, very simple and ready to go. Now, using your sandstone stairs, I got it right that time. What we're going to do is add in just upside down stairs, connecting the 2 sides together as your railing, kind of what we did on the front porch exactly. So very, very simple in my opinion. Shouldn't be too hard to follow. So now, let's see, how do we want to do this now? So how about we come back over to where we started this video originally. What we can actually do is using our gray wool, we can actually stack this all the way up with where all the other gray wool ends. Because this right here will be a solid wall. We will not have any windows on this one. And that's mainly because if you do want to add interior to this house, which I'm guessing you probably do if you are making it. One thing that you will need to do is have stairs, and that might be the perfect place to have a stair setup. So, okay, got that set, ready to go. Now we need to add in our fireplace. This is where a fireplace could go. It really depends on how you want to do your own interior. So, starting on the left side, what we're going to do is stack this one all the way up and actually beyond. Being that it is a fireplace, we do want to extend it out past where the roof would be. So again, I didn't count how high up it went. I just made sure it was high enough above the house, though we know where it is. So we're actually going to make this too wide, coming all the way up, just like this, okay? So now what we need to do, we're going to stack up on this third block, but we're not going to go all the way up like we did with the other ones. I just want to make sure it should be even with the window here. It is. Okay, I thought so. So using your sandstone stairs, this big window that we made here in the front, you're actually going to kind of follow that line with where that stair is and kind of follow it along. And when you get to your fireplace, you're actually going to replace the blocks of gray wool with a block of sandstone and then have a stair like that. So basically it should look like the fireplace tower gets smaller as it goes up. And then we will have another window over here, but we will add that in here in a couple minutes. Or later on in the house when it's more towards the complete stage. So on this block here, we can actually stack this one all the way up and on the same height of the rest of the house. And so obviously, since we have a window here, you can either make it now. I mean, it's not really necessary, but we can basically just have a small little window right here. Let's see. And we could even add just replace that top block of gray with a upside down stair. And now that window's already set, ready to go. We don't have to worry about it later on. Now, on top of all this gray wool, I'm going to add in our sandstone layer on top of it. And again, everything should be even throughout this entire house. There's not going to be an elevation change, so just make sure everything's in line with all the other ones. And I'm just going to make this a solid gray wall. There we go. So, from our right side, we should have something that looks just like this. Very simple, very clean. Another reason why I like using the gray wool. Okay, so coming from this wall that we just added, this 2x2, we actually want to extend this out a little bit more. So what we're going to do is using our andesite, we're going to come out from this wall 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. We should come out 1 block past your back patio, and then kind of have it come out 1 block, and it should be even with your pillar here. Okay, very, very simple. And then you're going to have your layer of sandstone on top of that. And again, you can always replace the stuff that you will see from the interior, like the floors. If you say you want to have a door here, you can always replace that block later with whatever block you need it to be. But for now, I think this should do to kind of keep things moving. Okay, so kind of like what we did on the front patio, we will have our cobblestone walls on top of our sandstone here. So we can do that now. So boop and boop. So this will be the exact same pattern as well when it comes to just like how you're going to set things up. So you will have a layer of sandstone blocks connecting the two sides together. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that we will have this connect with the other side of the house. So you can actually have this turn out 2 more blocks and then it will connect perfectly. Okay, that's ready. Now we can add in our sandstone stairs. So we're going to start here on the corners again, come 1 block away, and just keep doing this. 1, 1, 1, and 1. Should end up perfectly on the edge. And then, like what we did on the front, connect all your stairs together with a upside down slab. And you should have something that looks just like this when you're all done. So, now using our cobblestone slab, what we're going to do is have it on top of our layer of sandstone, just like that. And then behind that, you're going to have in your cobblestone stairs. And then behind that, you will have this layer of slabs be even with everything else. And so you should have something that will look like this in the end. So we actually will come up 1 more block with a half slab and disconnect the 2 sides just like that. Again, very, very simple and shouldn't be too complicated, I hope, for you guys. So now what we can even do is we can actually just have in our gray wool, kind of just follow the outline that we just made for our front porch. We will have some windows on the porch here, or patio, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to keep mixing up those two. I have a feeling. But whatever you want to do, we can always add in our windows once we have the wall completed, which is what we're going to do. This will just kind of help us get things rolling and get the ball moving. So, boop, boop, and just kind of stack it up a couple more blocks. 1 more. So, if you did it correctly, your patio should hang out 1 block more from the building itself. And that's fine. That's actually how it's supposed to be. So, do not worry if it does overhang like that. It is not meant to be fully even like it is on this side. Either one is perfectly fine either. It's not a huge deal if you did place 1 wrong block. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our big window. This would be the same size window that we had over in the front here. So a 3x3 pretty much. So I'm going to start it right here. So 3 blocks away from the corners on both sides. So 3 and 3. And then same concept is we're going to have our stair with our upside down stair here. But make sure it's upside down, not regular. And then on top of that, we will have our sandstone following all the way around, just like this. Okay, wow, we're actually flying through this. We got the entire right side of the house done. Besides a couple small windows here and there, but I think we're good for now. Yeah, so this is what it's going to look like. I mean, you can see the house finally taking its full shape. So now what we're going to do is work on the back side. We're going to make a big wall here. So, using your andesite, again, I got to take it out of my inventory. Only problem about having a small hotbar. So, coming from where we already have, we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. Now, if you made your house even with mine, and just like it's meant to be built, you should be in line. If you came out 12 blocks, you should be in line with where this wall ends up. So, look, we can start here on the front, kind of just follow this line back, and now we are in line with each other. If you did not, maybe make sure you didn't make a mistake somewhere, like a 1 block mistake, can make a pretty big difference in how this house turns out. So just kind of add in your sandstone on top of that. So on the end here, what you're going to do is, starting over where our back patio is, come 2 wide on the corners here, just like this. Now we're going to have a 2x3 window, so take out your court stairs, add in a 2 blocks of court stairs here, come 5 blocks away, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your gray. Add in another window just like that one, and then 2, 2. So if you again build it correctly, you should have a 5 block gap in the middle, and then on both corners you should have two. You should have 2 blocks left for your window. There we go. Okay, so now what we can do is stack this up a little bit, and then we can finish up on the bottom windows. Just like this. Stack them up on the corners. So this window, you come 3 blocks up, and then you're going to add in your court stair again. So just like, oop, that was 1 too many blocks, just like this. There we go. Do the same thing on this window over here. Then we're going to stack up twice with our gray wool. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so next with our windows on top of these, they're actually not going to be in line. So when you come to the middle where this 5 block gap is, this 5 block wall, we actually want to come to the middle of that, stack this up. Then have 2 more or 1 more block on each side. So you should have a 3 block wall here. So you should have a 3 block gap on the ends as well. So what this will do is this will kind of offset the windows a little bit, but you should still have a 2 wide window here. So make sure you're paying attention to me here. It's not a huge thing, but on this left window closest to the patio, what we're going to do is add in your upside down stair. Come 3 blocks up on the 4th, add in your sandstone stair, right? Now, on the one to the right, we're actually going to use our gray wool and add 1 more layer of gray wool, and then do the same thing with what we did. So this window should be a 2x2 when it's all said and done. Mainly so when you do that, this will be a great place to have a bathroom. Usually you don't want to have a big window in a bathroom, and this will kind of help with that. So on top of your gray wool and everything, add in your layer of sandstone, connecting everything together. And so, in the end, you should have something that looks just like this. The back has the least amount of detail of everything, but I think it's a pretty good stopping point for now. So, next part, we will finish up the actual shell of the house, and we can get started on the roofing. So, thank you guys for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I will see you guys again tomorrow for another episode, or another part 3, I guess might be the best way to put that. So, bye-bye, guys, and thank you very much for watching. Hey guys, so before we get to the giveaway, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Madrina's Coffee. So Madrina's Coffee has some amazing coffee and a great, variety of different flavors that you can try it yourself. But one of the things I like about them the most is the fact that they are gamers. They actually understand the gaming market. It's not just a advertising thing to them. It's one of those things to where if you're passionate about something, it's even more fun to sponsor it. And that's actually exactly what they're doing here. They enjoy the brand. They enjoy helping out channels and stuff like that. And they're helping my channel out in a pretty big way and bringing this house series to you guys. And we will be doing some streaming with them later on as well, in the next couple weeks, hopefully. But, it's such a rare thing to find that people in a company that really care about the gaming community in itself. And, they also support gaming channels as well. I mean, for example, me, they're also going to be supporting other gaming channels along the way. And, no matter how big or small, they could sponsor you. They will work with you on what you have. So let's get into the giveaway details. So how this is going to work is To enter into the giveaway, all you have to do, very simple, go down into the comment section, right? And type in hashtag coffee for fuel. And what that's going to do is as soon as you type that in, I will be able to see who comments, right? And as soon as you type that, you're automatically entered in to the giveaway for free coffee. So that's as simple as it is. All you have to do is type in hashtag coffee for fuel. You'll see it on the screen here on how to spell it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you have to do in order to get this giveaway, guys. So it's so simple. And at the end of this house, I will do a big reveal about who won this giveaway, but we will have some more in the series as well as we go. So don't forget to use the code BOOST to get 50% off anything in the online store, or use the code for get your first round of subscription service free and free shipping.